Decoded.
Welcome to Book Decoded. Today we are diving right into a really vital one. Joshua Graves' We Need to Talk, a survival guide for tough conversations. If you've ever felt that kind of dread before, a tricky chat, or maybe you walked away feeling, totally unheard, then this is for you. It's like a shortcut to feeling more confident, clearer, and just capable when those talks come up. Get ready for some, honestly, surprising ideas and really practical tips. It starts with something pretty bold. Right at the start, Graves just drops this line, "Being nice sucks." That sounds pretty provocative, doesn't it? What's he actually getting at there? Why kick things off with that?
It really is a fundamental reframe. And honestly, kind of a relief when you get it. Graves argues that what we often call nice is just candy-coated emptiness. Think about it. How often do we just sidestep something awkward? Give a fake compliment, maybe. Just swallow our frustration to keep the peace, to be nice.
All the time.
Right. But that avoidance, it builds resentment. It lets misunderstandings just fester. And then the real issue often blows up later anyway. So this isn't about being nasty or aggressive. It's about being authentic. It's about being, productive in how we communicate. Honesty over just like empty pleasantries. Really, it's about being effective, not just agreeable.
That really clicks. We mix up nice with good, but sometimes good means doing the hard thing, right? Okay, so if we ditch the purely nice act, what's the first thing Graves says we need to do? How do we prep for these conversations?
It absolutely starts with you, with self-awareness. Graves is really clear.
Yeah.
You have to check in with yourself first. And he introduces this brilliant tool, Hanlon's razor. Heard of it?
Vaguely, but refresh my memory.
Basically, never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by neglect or misunderstanding. Well, it's not just about being nice then. It's a huge mental shift. Instead of jumping to, they're doing this to me, assuming bad intentions, you switch to curiosity. Like, what might be going on here? Why did this happen? It kind of disarms your own defensiveness.
Well, that is a big shift. Moving from judging to just wondering. And I guess that's super important when our survival circuits kick in. Graves mentions those too. How does that fit?
Exactly. Our brains are wired with that ancient fight or flight thing. It can just hijack everything when we feel stressed or threatened. Graves points out that self-awareness isn't just knowing you're annoyed. It's spotting that hijack happening in real time. So using something like Hanlon's razor, that's you consciously using your thinking brain to override those knee-jerk reactions before you even open your mouth. It's about managing your internal state first so you can actually engage constructively.
Okay, right. So internal check done. Reframed assumptions. Now what? How do we actually start the conversation so the other person feels safe enough to, talk, not just climb up?
Creating that psychological safety is everything. And Graves has this really clever, kind of counterintuitive tactic. He says, ask for a no instead of pushing for a yes.
Ask for a no. How does that work?
So instead of, say, got a minute to talk about the report, which puts him on the spot. Try, is this a bad time to quickly chat about the report? See the difference? It instantly gives them control, shows you respect their time and space. It's much easier to honestly say, no, actually now is not great, than to feel pressured into a yes. You just reschedule. Simple.
I like that. It feels less demanding.
Totally. And then when you do talk, stick to observable facts, not your judgments or conclusions. He suggests using nonviolent communication, which sounds complex, but it's basically saying, when you specific action happened, I feel this emotion. So when you missed the deadline, I felt worried. Not, you're unreliable. It focuses on the impact on you, which is hard for someone else to argue with, right? It's your experience.
That's a really clear distinction. Actions and my feelings, not blame. Okay. But let's be real. Even with the best prep, things can go sideways. What about when it gets heated? Or worse, if you think someone's lying or gaslighting you.
Yeah, Graves tackles that head on. He talks about people losing control, emotions flaring up. For that, he suggests things like box breathing. It's a simple inhale, hold, exhale, hold pattern. It sounds basic, but it actually calms your nervous system, helps you get back to rational thinking, slows everything down.
Okay, breathing helps. What about the lying part?
For lying and gaslighting, he stresses documenting facts. Keep records if you need to. And then use direct, calm counterstatements. Have the courage to say things like, actually, I didn't say that, or my memory of that conversation is different. Way no arguties. You state your reality firmly without escalating into an argument. Because the goal, and this is key, isn't to win. It's not about proving them wrong. It's about aiming for a good, healthy outcome for everyone involved and trying to preserve the relationship, if possible.
Wow. Okay, this isn't just a set of tips. It feels like a whole mindset shift. It really does feel empowering. Like you can handle these conversations with, yeah, confidence and clarity and care, actually.
Absolutely. When we understand ourselves better, understand maybe what's driving the other person, and when we find the courage to have these talks authentically, not just nicely, we don't just fix problems. We actually we can transform our relationships, build more trust. It shows that conflict handled well is actually a chance to grow.
Definitely something to think about.
So maybe the question for you listening is, what's one tough conversation you might have been putting off? And knowing that maybe being nice isn't the answer, what's one small step from Graves's guide you could try to approach it differently this time?